My name is Dr. Von Crazy, and welcome back to more Torna, the Golden Country. Last time, we fixed up this garden with the help of Kame and his father Beer Bry over there. And this time, I want to talk to Arb, the refined retiree. Hello, young lady. The name's Arb, and I'm a shipwright by trade, though currently in the midst of moving. Sorry to accost you, but do you know how much about ships? My apprentice could use a hand with the one he's making right now. A ship, you'd say? I have to say I haven't a clue, but we'd love to help if we could. Haha! You are as much a lifesaver as people say then. But tell me, what do you expect from the future? Huh? I really hadn't given it much thought. Why do you ask? Because a person's destiny can change depending on what they choose to fixate on, what they choose to value. Oh, I'm not really sure where you're going with this. You're suggesting that our compulsions may do more than bring us happiness or prosperity. If one were to be fixated on a remote past which cannot be changed, what a sad life they would lead. Their sadness would only beget further sadness. Ho-ho! What a curious mind you have, sir. Where'd all this come from all of a sudden? I thought your head was full of Hugo. His Majesty is everything to me, but that's subtly different from a compulsion. That's right. I'd call it devotion if I had to call it anything. I'd call it overbearing, but to each their own. Friends, we are getting sidetracked. Yes, well, in any case, I'm very curious to see what Sor has in fate for you, yes, young lady. As for my apprentice, Akin, he just returned to the residential district. Do pay him a visit if you're so inclined. But in the midst of that, you mustn't forget whom you're helping, for what cause, and where it may lead you. And we get the quest planning for the future.
Let's see what we have here.
Who are you? I don't have any appointments today. Please do excuse us interrupting you unannounced. The thing is, we've heard you are making a ship and... Yes, I'm right in the middle of doing some review work. No sleep, no rest, for Torna, for its people, for all rest. As you can see, I've not got enough people or materials, so it's all down to me working triple time. So what was I supposed to be doing now? Are you quite alright? He must be going mad from sleep deprivation. Here, why don't we help? Are you serious? That'd be brilliant. In that case, could you fetch me a pane of glass and 10 lengths of lumber and find us a skipper? That'd probably do. Oh, Titan's foot, I forgot completely about the paint delivery. Wait up, hold on. We'll still need more to go on. Gone without a trace. Interesting lad, isn't he? Wears his heart on his sleeve and acts as quick as he thinks. Sure, he's a real peach, but you do realize that we've got no idea what he actually needs from us, right? Might it be an idea to visit Mr. Arb and hear some details from him? It would be a shame to waste precious time seeking a helmsman without no concrete clues to go on. You spoke well, Aegeon. At times like these, it is good to rely on the expertise of others. Having the master cover for the incompetence of his apprentice? Makes sense, let's do it. You've got a real talent for wording things in the exact worst way possible, you know that? I just wonder why he's building that ship in such a hurry in the first place. Oh, so you've come back. Akin has always been this way. Allow me to fill you in on the glass and wood. From the lumber, what we need is durability. 10 muscle branches from Gormott should do nicely for a start. Next, the glass panes. But the usual ones won't cut it, I'm afraid. We'll need some good reinforced glass for this. Unfortunately, you can't just pick those up around here. We'll need the help of a professional in this matter. As for the skipper, I've got an idea. A woman by the name of Makila who lives in Gormott. Mention my name and she should hear you out. Well, does that all make sense? Hope it's not too much to ask. Well, The first thing we should do is head over to the apprentice glassmaker. I'll just meet you... What the hell? I'll just meet you at her stall. Here's Charlotte, but... Excuse me, have any of you had the opportunity to visit Torgoth recently? It's just that my instructor left for Torgoth and I haven't heard back from him since. Oh dear, how long has it been since he left? Weeks now. He told me that it was becoming more likely that Torna would come under attack. He said he wanted to visit his hometown before the Aegis came and destroyed us all. Can you tell us his name? Yes, of course, it's Taras. He's in his 40s and he's a bit of a cautious character. He likes his daily walks in the countryside. Oh, and he's got a real passion for glasswork. I can tell he's very important to you. We'll start searching for him right away. Don't you worry. You will? Absolutely. I know what it's like to have someone you care about on your mind. We'll get Taras safe back and sound. I promise. Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry to trouble you. I can be such a warrior. I've been told he lives at the far end of Torgoth. If you find him, could you tell him his student Charlotte's been worried about him? Was it so wise to tell her that, Laura? You know Torgoth's been... You know... I'm going to make a thorough search and tell her what we know. Whatever the truth may be. And we get the quest Passing the Torch.
We shall handle it.
He won't... You can't get the reinforced glass until completing her quest. So I actually had a rhyme and maybe a reason for my madness this time, and I need to press buttons.
Suddenly it all
Unfortunately, our
Let's catch our
objective
breath
for this
and move
quest
out.
is the grave. Oh no, this one says Taras. Yeah, it must have been made by someone who knew him. I'm so sorry, everyone, but I had to make sure. One way or another, Charlotte will need some closure on this. I'm with you, Laura. I'd have done the same in your position. That's the sad thing about miracles. They rarely happen. Don't beat yourself up over it. Minoth's right. It wasn't your fault, Laura. You don't have to bear that burden. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, guys. Do you think perhaps Taras left something behind that we could take to Charlotte as a keepsake? Like what? I can't see anything worth left around here. Charlotte said he was a cautious man, in which case it's plausible that he would have predicted the attack. And we still don't know exactly why he came back here in the first place. I admit, I'm very curious. Then I suggest we start by investigating the area around his lodgings. Your Majesty, please, watch your step. I'm sure His Majesty doesn't require that much mollycoddling, Aegeon. Do you think he might have known Mother? If he did, we owe him thanks. It must have been a hard life for her all alone here. Yeah, if only we'd made it in time, we could have simply asked. Sleep tight, Taras. I pray you're in a better place now. Well, while we're in Torgoth, there's actually a few excavations that we found on our first visit, but we couldn't do anything about. Now that I've got mining level 2, I can dig those up. It's pretty important to open treasure troves, because Bridget actually has an affinity node that asks her to open 125 of them. And that is something that will take some time, quite a while. So, opening every treasure chest you see is important. There's another excavation point in this wreckage
You're
here.
mine now. Something's buried down here.
Don't have to tell me twice.
You're mine now.
And our quest objective is right here.
You're
It's
mine
also
now.
an activation.
See? I knew you could do it.
You're mine now.
And from this chest, we get Taurus's notes and a few gold. Just a scrap of paper? Seriously? Did he not notice any of the gold? It says Nox Promontory, and that's it. He could have at least signed it or something. How are we supposed to make sense of anything now? Hold on. I've seen this kind of writing before. It's written with a glass pen. When this is dried, hidden colors will show themselves. You mean like a pen made of glass? I've never heard of such a thing. One of Torna's finest inventions. It only caught on with enthusiasts, so I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. Indeed, but this means there's a good chance this writing belongs to Taurus himself. This Nox Promontory may be worth checking out then. The Nox Promontory is over here. I actually discovered it while not recording because I thought I'd been there before, but
That was a nice change of pace.
this is the first
Catch
time
our
I'm showing it on
breath and move
camera.
out.
So what you want to do to get to the Nox Promontory is head across the Ordia Great Plains from the moor, and you want to head, well, across this bridge, and you can see the path to it there. There's a bunch of these snaking cliff formations, and you just want to walk across them. There's a bunch of fairly strong enemies here, but it's nothing you're going to have any trouble with, I'm sure. I think I can get past this. Yep. Coming here earlier could have been a bad idea, but at this point, oh, green
You're
barrel.
mine now.
At this point, you're not going to have any trouble. Just head over here and you'll find another excavation.
My favorite part.
This one requires level 2 mining, so make sure you have that.
My favorite part.
And we get the glassmaker's tome. And a bunch more money. Let's see. This is a technical manual on glasswork. It goes into a great deal about the manufacturing process. There are all sorts of diagrams and annotations. Hold on, Taurus came all the way out here to bury this? Kinda weird, isn't it? Well, maybe he buried it, or maybe he came here to dig it up. We don't know for certain. Didn't Charlotte tell us he was worried about there being an Aegis attack on Torna? This is just speculation, but maybe he left it here to spare his knowledge from destruction. If you're right, then it's a terrible irony that he met his demise in Gormott. How awful. Think we should put it back then? It's probably best to not leave it in Torna. No, I think this is something Charlotte needs to see. She should be the one to decide what to do with it. But before we leave for Torna, there's a few things I want to do first. The first one is I want to drop down here. There are Marmalperon hacks here. Bridget wants to fight these for her affinity chart.
Me no choice.
And I
It's
can't
all right.
reach it.
This will be over.
Lure. There we are. Third
Doing
prize.
just fine. Thank
can
you.
feel my
Also, just behind me, Treasure Trove.
my favorite part.
It's got some Art Stealth 1 gems in it. Well, I hope you didn't forget about the Markila shipwoman that we have to find in Gormott. You're looking for a skipper? And you're serious about it? Oh, but my services don't come cheap, darlings. Let's see now. My rates are... How's 200,000 G sound? Well, let's mention Arb's name. Oh, you're friends with the old fart? Well, why didn't you say so sooner, darlings? If you need a skipper, I'll be there. I can't very well refuse if he's asking. I'm sure he's got reasons to and so on. What, money? Nah, forget about it. I'm not so far gone that I can't do a friend a favor. So where do I go? Yachik Harbor? Yep, got it. By the by, do you need me to go in all sneaky-like? Is someone after you? Oh, you're not really involved? Cool, no precautions necessary then. Oh, don't mind me, darlings. Let's just meet in Yachik Harbor, Toodle Pip and all that. Well, good to get that out of the way. I'm gonna fight the rest of the Marmal Piran hacks, and then I'll head to Yachik Harbor
It was a nice
and
change of
complete
pace.
several
Let's
quests.
catch our breath and move out.
Actually, it's probably better to talk to the glass apprentice girl first. Charlotte, yeah. Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Have you had any news from Taurus? Now, Charlotte, I don't want you to be alarmed, but your teacher, he's really dead? And Toragolf destroyed? I can't believe it. This isn't real. I mean, he was only just here. Why? Why did it have to be him? And you're telling me this manual is the only thing that's left of him? Charlotte, please. There was so much I needed to learn from him. So much more I needed to know. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Well, it's all over now, isn't it? The trade, my livelihood. What's the point of anything anymore? That's not true. The only time that someone's truly gone is when you forget them. As long as you cherish your memories of him, he'll live on in your heart. And yet, I'll never see him again. You can see him again in your memories. That's why I wanted you to have this. Keep it or throw it away, it's your choice. But at the very least, take it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really do need to get it together, don't I? As a student, I should be respecting his devotion to the trade. Otherwise, I have a feeling he'll be telling me off from beyond the grave.
Much appreciated.
I'm still processing my teacher's death, but I'll try my best to make him proud, and you can take that to the bank. Thank you all for being here for me. And that'll complete passing the torch.
I'm glad it all worked out.
Well, we've got a job for her, don't we? Oh, it's you. Thanks for all your help earlier. Reinforced glass? Yeah, sure, I deal in that. Just give me a second. Right, there you go. Oh, yeah, don't worry about the price. It's thanks to you that I can work my glass in peace now. It's the least I can do to thank you. You could come around again sometime and we could hang out? I mean, with all this business stuff. And we'll get the reinforced glass. What do you have to say now? Since ancient times, Torna has always had the blessing of the Titan and lived in peace and prosperity. Whatever happened, we've always been able to overcome it with the Titan by our side, right? Well, this isn't official, but rumor has it we're building a cutting-edge warship, and it's nearly done. So I think that this time will be fine too, as long as we stick together. Well, isn't that interesting? Maybe that's the ship we're building for this quest right now. Well, time to go to the Lasaria region, specifically Yachik Harbor. As it turns out, we don't need to go to Yachik Harbor. We need to talk to a queen. Hey, you've brought the materials. Quick work, helps a lot, thanks. So that just leaves the helmsman, huh? You've got one for me of those as well? She's waiting in Yachik Harbor? You should have said so earlier. I could have been halfway there by now. Now we go to Yachik Harbor. Would you look at that? Thanks to your help, we've got ourselves a ship. Wow, no kidding. She's a beauty. Ha ha ha! Of course she is. Made her myself, I did. Though there's still a few bits I'd like to polish up, seeing as how I made her in a bit of a hurry. Well now, she's much grander than I expected. Oh, there's Miss Makila. Allow me to introduce you. This is your new helmswoman, Miss What? You? Helmswoman? Hey there, sonny boy. Still skint as a badger, I see. You know each other? Know each other? He used to sponge off my master's charity once a time. Then we kept meeting. Well, anyhow, he's a great smuggler. He'll get anything anywhere, though obviously for a considerable fee. Mind not painting me like I'm some miserly gold digger, dear. Your master asked me to work with you, so be civil. Anyway, to business. What are we smuggling today? Weapons? Bullion? I've got a policy against carrying monsters, just so you're aware. They just make so much racket. Stop being daft. It's people, okay? The fighting's already reached our shores, so I want to be ready to help evacuate the townsfolk when the time comes. Obviously, this one boat isn't enough, but even one's a start. I'll try to make more later as well. So you'll run like a scared rat and leave Torna to sink? You don't get it. So long as Tornans survive, wherever they settle will be home enough. Heh. Okay then, so what we're actually smuggling is a nation. Really now, sonny boy. Ah, you know what? I like the cut of your jib. Very good. I'll pitch in with your venture. Right then, let's see what we're working with. I see. So a queen's been been building boats to help his countrymen. Don't give me too much credit. I just want to do whatever I can, that's all. The way I see it, there's only so much leaders can do in a crisis. If we wait for them to act, help might come too late. I think you're too humble. Not many people would take it upon themselves to put a plan like this into action. Well, gosh, thanks. I think the thing is you can't wait for a perfect solution. Or else you might end up waiting forever. I cannot tell if he's a visionary or simply somewhat deluded. I just think if you keep at it, then eventually you'll get there. You just have to believe in yourself. So it's all about the self-confidence, huh? And that'll complete our quest.
Well done, us.
My Titan ship is complete, and it's all thanks to you. Now, if the unthinkable happens, I'll ferry Auresco's people out of Torna and to safety. Count on it.
Why, thanks.
Well, Sonny Boy sure has made something of himself. Building boats to help people, and such reminds me of his old master. Ticks all my boxes, he does. And that'll level up our community and open up a few more quests. Whoa! Check it out, Mick! He really made a brand new boat! Aren't you glad we came? That doesn't complete the quest yet, though. We've still got to go back to Auresco. Minoth actually got a new book for that. Getting this far in that quest will... In certain quests will give Minoth new book recipes, not just completing the main story. Oh-ho! It looks like everything worked out quite well, I see. Well, young lady, how about you? Do you know yet what you want to accomplish? No, I don't quite yet, but I know I'll be thinking about it. Up until now, I was focused on survival. That didn't leave much time for setting goals and personal objectives. I see. Well, there's no shame in that. Whichever way the world turns, I hope you'll always stay true to yourself. One must be strong yet supple. That phrasing, it could apply to water, no? It bends around obstacles, yet does not break. Truly yours is a most interesting mind. I do wish we could make time to talk at our leisure. I mustn't. I have my... Don't fidget so, Aegeon. You are not a mere instrument for responding to my orders and demands. You can do as you please. Exactly, Aegeon. His Majesty can make perfectly well do with just me for a time. Sir Aegeon, was it? Is it perhaps that you don't believe we could become fast friends? Not at all. Let us retire, for there is much to speak of, kind sir. And that'll get him his community.
How reliable.
I never thought I'd make a new friend at my age. I should have had more faith. But first things first, I think I'll go help my oaf apprentice with his boat. And with that, we've completed our quest.
Great. Another problem solved.
And we've got a new recipe for, I'm guessing, Hugo. I've gotten a lot of new recipes lately. Let's see if I can make anything. I can make the Traveler's Charm and the Mechanical Charm.
2, 1, and we're done. 3, 2, 1, and we're done.
Doesn't look like I can make the Hollow Charm yet, though. I need Forest Zones. I can make this Energy Stir Fry.
It came together nicely.
That's a good one. I can make the Fierce Talisman.
May it serve you well.
I can make a Glutton's Mask.
I think it turned out rather well.
I can make this new Ruby Stew.
It tastes better than it looks. Probably.
Let's make Preparing for the Worst.
And fun.
Oh, make the Golden Seeker. Nice!
Phew! Finished.
No new perfumes. Oh, I can make both of these.
It's done. Does it suit your tastes? Shall we get started?
I need a lot of things for Hugo. And I might as well chat with my allies while I'm here. You think it's time? Certainly seems that way. Time for what? Time for the final confrontation with Malos. The preparations for the evacuation of Torna are well underway. We managed to circumvent a lot of the difficulties thanks to Laura. Our chances in a confrontation with Malos seem to grow even larger. Yeah, it's true. But Malos isn't just gonna wait for us forever. And I feel like I'm gonna get on pins and needles if I have to sit on my hands any longer. We need to face up to this now. It's make or break time. His Majesty puts forth that we should return briefly to the capital. Well, let's head out there then. And with all that done, next time on Torna the Golden Country, we'll be returning to the capital, and maybe even continuing the story if I feel like it. Who knows? See you guys then!